This is Adam Gorney, Rivals.com, here with South Carolina coach Shane Beamer. Hey, Shane, how are you?
I'm doing great. Hope you are.
Good. Yeah, definitely. We talked in December about your recruiting class, but a lot has changed since then, too. And that comes down to the transfer portal and how you've accessed it. Maybe better than almost every team in the country. It's been really impressive to see how you've transformed your roster a little bit. Was that the intention going in, that you needed certain spots filled quickly by guys that have that experience?
Yeah, without a doubt. I appreciate you saying that. That means a lot. It was, I think like all schools, you go into the December signing date, and when that is over, you kind of look at where you are and maybe what you still need. And for us, we had some pressing needs even after the December signing date, whether it be with things we didn't get done in December with high school recruiting, or a couple of the guys that decided to leave our program for the NFL, with eligibility remaining. And at that point, you realize we need to get some experience in here and some older guys in here and some depth in here. And we certainly, were very specific on that and went to work attacking specific positions, trying to make our roster better.
Certain people will complain about it. There are certainly things that maybe need to be fixed in the transfer portal, but how important is it to leverage what's available to you to not have to wait a year to fix that issue? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's a game changer. And I think I've talked about it before with when I took over last year. I mean, we would have had a hard time, honestly, practicing in the springtime and having enough bodies if it hadn't been for the transfer portal, because we lost so many guys when I got hired that left to go other places or left for the NFL. That we needed, just from a depth standpoint, to be able to get through spring healthy. We needed to be able to take advantage of it. And like everything, there's certainly things that can be better about it that we'll always look at it and try and improve. But it's a part of the game right now, and it's something you better learn to maximize, because everyone else is, and making sure also that you're bringing in the right kind of people into your program as well. It's not just out there, collecting talent and grabbing guys left and right. I mean, we try and be very diligent and very thorough on the young men that we are trying to bring into our program, and the kind of people they are.
One of the positions where you loaded up last couple of weeks, at least, is running back. I mean, how happy are you with how that turned out, and could it have been really better?
Yeah, no, I think it's great. I mean, we've transformed that room, and we're really excited about the guys that we had coming back, with Marshawn Lloyd, with Juju McDowell, with Rashad Amos. But this, you've been doing it for a long time. I mean, that position, especially in this league, is a physical position that there's a lot of wear and tear on your body, and you need more than three guys. And we've been able to add some impact guys, I think, at that position, but then also being able to add some guys that I think can be impact guys at the side of the transfer here and actually walk on, that we're excited about as well. So we've got a lot of different skill sets in that room, and like every position in our program, we're all about competition, and there's going to be some great competition in that running back room going forward.
What balance do you have to strike, though, between high school recruiting and what you're telling those kids, and then bringing kids in? Is it tougher than some might expect, or do you really want to find the right high school kid too, that is willing to come in and compete and realize that a Spencer Rattler might be here, but Tanner Bailey's not backing down from this opportunity?
Right. No, that's a great point. And, we always want to start with high school recruiting, and that's what we're, on right now. And if we have 25 scholarships available next year, and we've got 25 guys that can help us win, that can come from high school, we want to go that route. But certainly that's not always feasible. And we're in a state that the population isn't the same as Texas or California or even Georgia, that's so much bigger than us. So we've got to be creative in how we bring guys into our program. And we've had so much attention and interest in our program from outside the state of South Carolina, which is exciting. But the portal is a different avenue. But you're exactly right. I mean, I want competitors in this program, and you hope that you've got guys that want great players around them to make themselves better. And that example that you just used with Tanner Bailey is perfect, because Braden Davis was the same way. When we signed Braden from Middletown, Delaware in December, Right after that is when we brought in Spencer. And then right after that is when we brought in Tanner Bailey. And both of my conversations with Braden, some quarterbacks would run away from the competition. Braden's response to me was, great. We're going to make each other better and let's go compete. And that's the mindset that you want. And our players know that ultimately my job is to do what's best for the South Carolina football program. And I have an obligation to do that. And, the great players want to play with great players. And that's certainly something that's taking place here right now.
There's a lot of complicated things in college football and, analytics and the whole gambit of things that you have to deal with on a day-to-day basis. Did you guys sit down as a staff and was it as easy as saying, we need to score more points, and the way to do that is to get Spencer Rattler here and Austin Stogner and load up at running back and get wide receivers in here? Can it be that simple?
Yeah, and I don't think you need analytics to do that. You need everybody knows you better have great players, and you've got a guy in the guys that we've added to this program that fit needs. And Spencer, for example, obviously he's a great player and has done a lot in his college career at Oklahoma, but that also started with just the depth at that quarterback position. And looking at it from our standpoint, we had Luke Doty coming back off an injury, and that isn't a healthy 100% yet. And then you've got Colton Gauthier, that's a true freshman, and then a true freshman coming in with Braden Davis and Tanner Bailey. So it was one of those, we got 3 freshmen basically, and Luke, we need to increase the depth and the competition in that room. And we were able to add Spencer. But, certainly at the end of the day, you've got to have great players to win football games. And that's what we're trying to do. Great players, great people. And we've been able to add a lot of them, I think, since you and I talked last.
Yeah. Last thing on an early signing period is one of the benefits, I think, is you get guys in early enrolling even more than ever. How helpful is that to just have those extra weeks that you don't have to waste later on, that they can come in and really get the system down, and you also get a feel for what you got?
Yeah, no, it's huge. It's just such a benefit for them from an academic standpoint to get a head start, weight room wise, to be able to go through spring practice and still have a redshirt year available, after spring practice. There's a lot of benefits. And we don't, pressure guys to do one or the other. And, if they want to enroll early, great. And if they don't, that's, fine too. But we've got a bunch of young men that wanted to do that and are here early right now. And it's great, because they're able to get a head start on X's and O's and the physical part of the game as well, and being in the weight room. So it's a great advantage to be able to get those guys here. And like you said, kind of see what you have as well. And, wow, this guy's a lot more impressive than we thought, or wow, this guy's going to be able to do this in addition to that, and being able to find out those things before you normally would if they came in the summertime, finding out in June or July.
Isn't it nice not to have to sweat it today? It's pretty much all locked in.
It's a different feel. I was with somebody at dinner last night that used to be our handling a lot of the recruiting when I was here before, and he's like, man, it's just so different. I can remember when I was there, and it wasn't that long ago that his job was to get in early in the morning, make sure you had all the chicken biscuits ready to go, you had paper in the fax machine ready to go, and now it's we're having a signing day press conference here in Columbia later this afternoon with all the local media, and there's not much to talk about other than some of these transfers and getting ready for spring practice.
Awesome. That is South Carolina coach Shane Beamer here with Adam Gorney for Rivals.com.